Strategist and best-selling author Mia Redrick regularly meets with mothers to help them prioritize their busy lives.
So, you know, one of the things that I found is that as a mom, we're no longer multitasking.
Welcome
we're
to the Scope, guys. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to get started.
Isn't that true?
Welcome to the Scope. Invite your friends. We're going to have a good time tonight.
Whatever we do for ourselves is what we are giving to our family. I'm always ready to work out. So I always bring with me my jump ropes as well as my resistance bands. Easy way to get your workout in any day, anytime.
I love the toolkit, Mia. How about dads? Can dads have one too?
Absolutely. Dads create the best toolkits. The deal is just be prepared for wherever you're going to be that day with your family to maximize the day. If you have ever said there are not enough hours in a day, you're going to love my next strategy called blending. Blending is when you are doing something for your children, looking for opportunities to do something for yourself. You guys, tell me, how are you already blending in your life? How are you taking care of yourself while you're taking care of your children?
I have the best girlfriend who's a trainer who created a way in which we literally work out in her garage while our kids play outside. So we're getting me time, we're getting mommy time, and our kids are just having a good time.
We've had over 283 self-care groups, and I think the power of the groups has been that moms have no judgment, just camaraderie. You have an opportunity to connect with other women in your demographics of motherhood. And I firmly believe that moms aren't necessarily looking to balance their work and their life. I think what we want more of is joy. Creating opportunities to experience joy on a daily basis in your life is the goal. The next time you and your family need a getaway, try a staycation. What I mean by that is explore in your hometown, play a tourist. This might be exactly what your family needs to refuel and reconnect, even in the middle of your busy lives. Remember, when mama's happy, everyone else is happy.
Now, when most people think of dating, they think of being single, going out on the town, but when you're married with kids, that's when the real dating should begin.
It sure is. Well, our mom strategist explains why and shares her rules of family dating.
This is something you've probably not thought about, but it's worked really great for me, and it is dating your family. And, you know, because you have 6 children, one of the things that works terrific is to be able to date at home. And what I get a lot of my clients to do is to create a dating box, and in that box, you and your husband can put things that you want to enjoy together. Because sometimes we have opportunities to date our partners, but we don't have a whole lot of time. It might be you have 90 minutes, but by the time he has to go and get the movie or get a meal, the time that you would have spent together is gone.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Wow, wow. Well, welcome the author of Time for Mommy, 365 Daily Strategies for Mother's Self-Care, Mia Redrick. Mia, thank you so much. Stand up, please. Pleasure, pleasure. I really feel for this family.
You did help them with some tips, but what can we all take away from this?
Well, Dear Time is such a simple way to build quality in your family time and to make self-care a reality every single day. It's simple.
So drop everything and read.
Drop everything and read. It will allow the kids to see mom and dad having some downtime, and it becomes part of the family culture.
We're going to get started in 30 seconds.
So what about the fact that she has no time to herself? She sits in her car and listens to the radio and lies to her husband about where she is, just so she can have a moment to breathe.
Welcome to the Scope.
So what we talked about was them giving one another permission without guilt and supporting that time and understanding you need that when you have 2 young children. They're a couple that wants to be together. They don't want to be apart. And so you could see that when they started to date, just to dance together, they reconnected immediately.
I saw you covering your ears when that was happening. Why?
It's emotional.
Yes, it is. Because I love my husband, and we all forget why we got married.
Thank you. These are my people. 1 second. Let me switch the camera. Oops, and push this here. Can you guys see me? All right. A little crooked here, huh? All right. Let me try to fix this one more time. 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Hey there. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. I'm excited. I'm excited, and it is 10 o'clock at night. Did you guys have a good day today? So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. And I'm sticking to it, okay? And so this live Q&A coaching session is for you. Now, if you're an author, if you're a speaker, if you're a coach, if you're a mom, you're thinking about starting a business, you're not sure what you might want to do, this is for you. And so what I'm going to ask, just so we can maximize the time, is if you have a question, or for those of you who've been signing on, you know what to do. Post your questions. I've got my glasses right here. I don't know if Camille's here, but I've got my glasses, Camille, and I am all ready to read your questions. I don't know what's going on with my hair right now, right? I look like it's at the end of the day. I'm all ready to read your questions. And, one of the reasons that I wanted to provide this platform, use this platform to answer your questions, was because so many of you want to know what coaching is all about, but you never have an opportunity to meet a coach. And I have coached over 400 moms and dads, some dads, but most of my clients are moms. And over 112 of my clients have written books, and half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. And so I thought this would be a really great platform for me to be able to support you and ask any or answer any questions that you might have for me about coaching or in your business or in your life. Any questions? And so what I always say, in order to get what you need, you gotta ask for what you need. So the form is open. Just post your question. I'm happy to answer it. Now, it could be a life systems question, because really uniquely what I do for moms is I support moms specifically around what it takes for you as a mom to grow your business, because so often we're told as moms, when you're in business, that let's ignore the fact that you are a mom. Okay, we can't ignore the fact that you're a mom, right? Being a mom is what you do every single day. We need systems in order for us to show up powerfully as a mother, right? And in order for us to grow our business. And my story really is that when I started my business 13 years ago, I wanted to combine my background as a corporate trainer. That's what I did professionally for many years. And I loved being a mom. And I wanted to combine those two things into a business. And I wasn't really sure how to do that. And just started investigating what I might be able to do. And I stumbled upon this world called coaching by meeting this incredible coach who ended up mentoring me for over the last decade. And her name's Terry Levine. And it changed my life. And what I know is that if you've never had an opportunity to meet a coach or to get your questions answered about coaching or mentorship and how it can influence you, this is a platform for you to be able to get your questions answered. Does that make sense? All right. So I know I saw a couple of my clients on the scope. So if you are one of my core mom coaching clients, I would love for you to, tell us who you are, tell us what you do, tell us a little bit about your business so that, everybody can connect with you, because that's what it's all about, right? So are there any questions for me? If not, then I'm gonna just jump into, I'll just jump into it. So I'm gonna give you a minute. Any questions for me around your business? What businesses do you guys have out there? Anyone want to talk about systems in your business? Maybe, you don't know how to put together a profitable coaching program. Maybe you don't have a digital strategy. Maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe you've always wanted to write a book and you're not really sure about the best methods to get started, or how to publish it, or should you self-publish, or do you use a traditional publisher? Nothing's off the table. This is your opportunity to ask me whatever it is that you want. And I will tell you that, if there are no questions tonight, then I'm fine with it, okay? Because it's a resource that's here for you. Hey, Cordelia, good to see you. Welcome to the Scope. Cordelia is one of my core mom coaching clients, and she has an incredible business that teaches moms to work out around your day. I think she's a mom of 6 children, 6, and she has time to work out. Can you imagine? Hey there. Good to see you, darling. And if you, Cordelia, don't mind putting your website there. Yes, 6. Right. I have 3. And, but she teaches you how to work out around your day. Cordelia, if you would put your handle and your website, people can follow you within the community, okay? So are there any questions for me tonight? I know that I saw some people who have normally been coming on the Scope sign on today. Who's here? Tell me who's in the house. What state are you guys from? Okay. Who's in the house? You guys going to tell me? Or are you going to make me talk to myself today? What's going on? You guys sleepy on this Monday night? Am I the only one fired up? So it's workoutaroundmyday.com. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Hey, Chandra from Orlando. Wonderful. Workout Around My Day. And follow her at Workout Around My Day. I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. Hey there, good to see you. Cherise from Maryland, good to see you. Wonderful. Welcome back to the scope. Thank you guys for not having me talk to myself, right? Like, how that's not cool, okay, at all. Did you guys have any questions for me, or what are you currently working on in your business? Cordelia's from West Virginia. West Virginia's in the house. What are you guys currently working on in your business that I can support you with? And that includes you, Cordelia. What are you working on? Tell me what projects you're working on, and I'd love to support you around your business. So I will tell you that if my coach Terry was on the line, I am making bundles. Okay, wonderful. So coaching bundles. So you're putting together packages for your products to sell them. Is it sort of for a New Year promotion? So this is a great time of the year if you are, if you have a product or service with audio and books for do-it-yourself. Now, I like that, okay? And what I like about it is when you're a mom and you have a product or service, it's always nice if you can bundle it and find and create a digital strategy to sell whatever it is that you want to offer. Because we're busy as moms and we need to find ways to compound our time. And one of the ways to do that is by offering products. Yes, I'm also working on my book, releasing 1226. You guys are on fire in Core Moms today. I know Tawana just released her ebook. Celie just released her ebook. You've got a book that's coming out. That's cool. And Celie's book, I believe, was number 7 last I checked in Amazon bestsellers in one of the categories. So that was cool. I don't know what's going on with my hair today, guys. Pardon me. Really? I didn't wake up like this. But that's cool. But I think one of the best things to do when you are a mom is to look at ways to create money, to make money passively. And that's by taking what you know and using a digital strategy, a digital content strategy. It's one of the ways that one of my very first products when I first got started in business was an ebook. So if you guys have been following me, you know that I wrote one ebook that was 40 pages, and that ebook, thank you, so sweet. That one ebook did over $88,000, and I had no idea that you could make money in a grocery store, and I was completely hooked to learning how to sell content via a digital strategy. And if you're a mom, almost any of us have something that we know that we can teach, whether it's a book, a tape, a book or audio or a video. Now it's so easy to create content. It's easy to take it, repurpose it, and to make money passively from it. Anyone have any questions about that? All right. Everybody, anyone have any questions about that? So, Cordelia, how are you going to price your products? So what price points are you looking at? So I'm just curious. Are there any other questions you guys have for me? So for the new year, what's the goal for the new year? Anyone have any goals in their business that they want to talk about? I will tell you how I do my goal planning. You want to hear how I set up my year? So the way that I might take December, and I like to do assessments of my year. This entire quarter, I know this entire quarter is sort of an assessment quarter for me. But the month of December, okay, the guide is standalone at $10 pre-sale, but $19.99 after the release. Okay, that's cool. And what would be really cool if you want to get people to, take an action is come up with some really great bonuses. Now, the bonuses could be bonuses that you're providing, or the bonuses could be bonuses that you get people within the Core Moms coaching community to make some donations, like for selling the book. And maybe you guys share the list in some way. So I would suggest that come up with some bonuses, some things you can give away for people to take an action. The audio and guide will be $49.99. Okay, I love it. Okay, perfect. Okay, I like it. And I like the price point also. Okay, great. Yes. So you can get maybe 2 or 3 bonuses that are complementary to what you're offering, of something that people want. And what it does is it gives the people within the community exposure to, new people. But in the same token, it allows you to provide additional value to people who might want to buy your products and services. Does that make sense? Okay. So the way that I like to set up my year is I do an assessment, and I look at my entire year. I look at how, what I've been offering, what I've been doing over the year in terms of to monetize my business. So I look at, how I make my money. And then I rank in order what was most successful for me. Literally, what product sold the most and which one sold the least. And then based on that, that's how I design what I'm going to do next year. So wherever I've had the greatest results in my business, that is what is going to stay. And where I have had 0 or very little or minimum results, that is what is going to go. And it's so funny because when I do this, it becomes so obvious what I need to do. And I found that for years as an entrepreneur, I didn't do that. I would keep the same things going over and over and over again, and I didn't do an assessment of what was really working. So, my philosophy is whatever is working, I'm going to do more of it. And whatever isn't working, I'm getting rid of it. I'm not going to be married to it. I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to free myself up to do more of the things that are working. And it's so interesting. So this year, I didn't really do that many things. Literally, I sold my book coaching program, which is my Big Rock product. I do VIP coaching, which is a Big Rock product, okay? And then I do my Pebble product, which are my mid-tier products, or my Core Moms product, and then I do some one-to-one coaching packages. Those are my mid-tier. And then my Sand products are sort of like books or, just small things that people buy from me for something $500 or less, $1,000 or less in that way. And that was it. And that's all that I did. And those products, those Sand products, I don't have anything to do with. If somebody buys a book or anything like that, those are great, but it's not anything that I involve myself in my day-to-day. I'm never trying to sell a small item day-to-day to try to make, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just takes too much time to try to sell your books and try to, reach a big number. I focus mostly on my Big Rocks and my Pebble products. And I literally break down for myself, okay, for book coaching, how many book coaching clients do I want to work with this year? Somewhere between, 10 and 20 clients. Each of the book coaching programs are $15,000 to $22,000. So I know right off what that number is, what my volume is going to be in that way. And then the same is with my VIP packages. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Those are $15,000. I know the number that I'm willing to take and whether or not I'm going to travel to do those or whether they're going to come and do those. And I know exactly the number. And then for Core Moms Coaching is it's a group coaching program. That's my baby, but it's my Pebble product. And it has more bandwidth because it's a group coaching program. And then for my one-on-one coaching packages, I have a certain number of those that I'm going to do. And when I add all of those up, then I can figure out for myself what my projection is for what I'm going to make for the year or for the next year. Does that make sense? Did I run through that too quick? Or did you guys understand what I'm saying? So I try to keep it pretty simple for myself in terms of, what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be running all over the place. I don't run all over the place to do speaking engagements or anything like that. Although those are supplemental things that I can do and make money from. But when I'm structuring my year, I'm also thinking about my time. I'm thinking about how I want to live. Live meaning, do I want to be at home with my family having dinner? Do I want to pick my kids up from carpool? You know what I mean? From school every day? Do I want to drop them off in the morning? To me, that makes a lot of sense for me in my life when I'm factoring what I'm picking for myself. So if you notice everything that I'm saying to you, all of the things that I mentioned to you just now, I can do from the comfort of my home. However, if I decide that I want to travel, those are like bonuses that I sprinkle in. But my strategy for making money in my business is not based on me having to run all around from right to left. Does that make sense? Okay. And it allows me to focus on more creative projects that really mean a lot to me. Big fish. Big big fish kind of item. So, and even everything that I'm looking at that I want to do is always got a residual component to it. And it's one of the reasons that I like television so much, because, you do the work one time and you continue to make money over and over again. So the segments that I did for America Now, those shows are still in syndication. So it's great. And I still get checks, and it's cool. I can't even imagine what the Cosby Kids get, because the shows that I did, maybe 23 segments I shot with them, whenever I get paid my residuals for the show, the checks come literally all at one time. So it's like an incredible sight to see. You got a big stack of checks, literally like 23 checks, for the work you did one time. Isn't that cool? And I'm thinking, think about the hundreds and hundreds of episodes that, the shows that are in syndication are on every single day on multiple channels. I mean, they must have checks that are coming in in stacks every day. Yeah, it is so cool. It's a really incredible way to make money, and I'm really into that. To do the work one time and find ways to duplicate myself over and over and over again. Totally into it. And I'm always looking for ways, whether it's a digital strategy, using content that way, whether it's using media, right, and getting paid to do TV, which is important. Hey, Anitra. Anitra is one of my Core Mom coaching clients. And Anitra, why don't you put your website up and also your handle so that we can check you out, right? She is absolutely incredible. She is the mom on the move. And she is the mom on the move who thought she was going to do work and get her hair braided by two women today. I thought that was funny. I got a kick out of that, Anitra, when I read that post, right? She is the mom on the move. She's an amazing mom. But in any event, so it's really cool when you start thinking about, obviously it did not work. No, yeah, that would be kind of hard to do. But you know what? You're ambitious, and you're creative. So it was a great idea. But that's funny, and your hair looks gorgeous too, by the way. But that's why I like to use media. So that's whether you're, hey, Camille, good to see you. She's a Core Mom coaching client also. And Camille just signed up for Core Moms last week. So, Camille, if you would include your information also so people can connect with you, that's so cool. But when you are creating, my website is AnitraDurantAllen.com. So she's great. So you guys make sure you check her out. What's interesting is that's why I like media. So whether I'm creating content that people can see over and over again, or whether it's a continuity program where someone can, register for a program and then over and over again, I get paid for that program over and over again for delivering services, whether it's that the data is stored or whether I'm teaching it live each and every month. It's a really great way, if you're a mom, to be able to position yourself to be able to make money. If you're looking for opportunities to be able to get your message out in a consistent way to an audience, and to monetize it. So that's what I've always done, is use coaching programs, mostly group coaching programs, to offer my products and services for my Pebble-based products. And then for my Big Rocks, I use either VIP days, which are just longer days that are more deep dives with my clients, where I sit side by side with them, and or my book coaching clients who, it's a done for you product. So any done for you product, it's always going to cost more than, a product where the client is doing the heavy lift. Does that make sense? But that's how I kind of structure my year out, and I love it. So, and it totally works for me. I'm not really trying to do 500 things. When I first got it started in business, I had all these different products and all these different things I was trying to do, and I couldn't figure out why I was having difficulty monetizing. I scoped about you today and how awesome you were. Aren't you awesome? You're awesome. It takes an awesome person to call someone awesome, right? I was just saying this the other day. You are amazing. I appreciate that. And thank you for the shout outs. We're going to have a good time this year in Core Moms, rocking out your fertility coaching business, right? And I'm excited about it, and creating some really nice packages, allowing you to position yourself as an expert so people know who you are, so you can take your niche, drive it deep, and really serve people like you really want to. Yes, I want to focus and master. All right, Deja, that's pretty. Yes, focus is where it's at, And self-mastery is where it's at. And you know what I always say about entrepreneurship is that while we think entrepreneurship is a game of business, it's a mental game. So when I think about being in business for the last 13 years, okay, when I first got started in business, just like you, when you first get started in business, you're new in business, right? You got to grow into the person that, you have to grow into the person that you want to become. This is the reality. That's investment. That's like the books you read, the things you listen to, right? That enhance how you think, the classes that you take, the coaches that you have, the mentors that you have. When I look back now and think about all the investments that I've made along the way, branding coaches, marketing coaches, speech coaches, it goes on and on and on to grow into today. And I'm still not there. I'm still investing in that next level because wherever you go, there's always opportunity. Thank you so much for sharing with your followers. And if you guys haven't shared with your followers, please do, swipe to the left if you have an iPhone and swipe up if you have an Android to share with your friends. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining the scope. I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Now, if you're into that, and you want to know how to make money passively as a mom, if you're looking for ways to position yourself as an expert, if you are interested in figuring out how to monetize your purpose as a mom, you want mom-friendly, time-rich models, that's what I'm into. All right, and that's what I talk about all the time with moms. I've coached over 400 clients. Over 112 of my clients are authors, and half of them are Amazon #1 bestseller. So I'm totally into that. Were there any questions for me? Because I said it was a live Q&A, and I started talking about how I made my year. Good evening, beautiful diva queen. The rise of black woman pushing the vision. #Baltimore. Baltimore's in the house. All right. So I am a Baltimorean, and I love Baltimore. Baltimore, I attended the oldest all-girls public high school in the country. It's still open, continuously operating, Western High School. And that school totally, completely, and absolutely changed my life. And still, many of those women are still very good friends of mine. It's an all-girl public high school. And what some people don't know about me is that I also went to 2 all-women colleges as well. So I've always been about sort of that girl, woman empowerment thing. It's just been a part of my world. I've seen almost any scenario related to watching women to be able to, to manifest their dreams and to go for it, and to also understand the obstacles that happen, and as it relates to just being female. Sisterhood, absolutely, absolutely, and I totally believe in that, and I think it's important. And it's interesting, my daughter is very similar to that as well. Did you guys have any questions for me tonight? Like maybe there's something you're working on, Anisha, maybe there's something you're working on that you want to share. Or Camille, there's something you're working on, or any of you guys that I can answer for you tonight. It's a live Q&A call. It's a coaching call. I really don't have a set agenda. It's for you. It's literally for you to answer any questions. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm thinking that you guys might be a lot like me. Years ago, when I got started with my business, I never heard of a coach. I had never met a coach. I never heard of coaching. I didn't know how it could benefit me at all. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I came on the scope and did a live Q&A? If I do a live Q&A, you can ask whatever it is and get a sense of how coaching works, or get questions about coaching, and how it can support you in some way. So are there any questions for me around that? I don't know, you guys aren't going to be shy, right? I mentioned you in my scope. Your scopes have been giving me hope and encouraging me. So this is wonderful. Thank you so much. So that's the whole point, is that, it's all possible. And the reason, what is a good size book to start with? So I think start with a small book. You know whose books are great to start with? The Og Mandino series. I don't know if you know O-G, I think it's Mandino, man. Can somebody look it up? Og Mandino. Mandino, Dino, I believe is what it is. My favorite book is the greatest salesman in the world. Oh, what size ebook? 40 pages is great. You can do 20 pages, depends on how you want to use it. You can use an ebook as a lead generator, or you can use it as a for sale book. My first book was 40 pages, but I was writing about, in-law challenges. I needed 40 pages. Okay. But it was 40 pages. I sold it for $14.95, 97 cents, something like that is what we sell it for. So, that's it. And the main thing is to just write it. You can always outsource it. You can have someone else write it, which is what I did. I had somebody write it for me. And I had some key components of things that I wanted to be included, but someone else wrote it for me. It was all under $150 to get the book written, have a PDF drafted, and to put it up on my site. And the coolest part is that if you need to have like a squeeze page or something like that done, you can get almost any of that done. In India, in 24 hours for $40, you can get almost anything you need done if you're going to outsource it. So I'm a major advocate of outsourcing. And you know what? A lot of times we don't know what outsourcing is, and we think that out-tasking is outsourcing, but it isn't. Outsourcing is when you set up systems in your business so that the vendors that you're hiring become part of your team. Just like if you were working in a workplace, you're running your business like a big business. Out-tasking is that you're hiring a vendor to do something for you one time, and you're not trying to build a relationship, a long-term relationship with them. Now, if you like the work that someone's doing for you, then think about ways that you can keep those people on your team and working for you. It'll make your world easier to get done anything you need to get done. Okay. And I think that's one of the things that slows down a lot of small business entrepreneurs, is that they don't have systems on how to show up like a big business. So they are always building their business like a small business forever. But if you think about it, when you started your business, you didn't start your business so you could stay a small business. I mean, you want to be a mid-sized business, right? You want to be a large business. So your goal is to grow your business, and you got to build your small business like a big business. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. The reason outsourcing is so important is because if you ever want to work with brands, like really work with brands, the requirement, you're going to need to already have a team, all right? Because they're going to be changing graphics. You're going to need people to be able to change your graphics around. You're going to need to have people who can edit your content quickly. So if you don't have the things that you need in place in order for you to show up like a professional, it's going to slow down the process. And so it's very important in advance that that you already have a team in place, particularly if you're going to be pitching the brands, you're going to be working with the media, and those kinds of things, because those avenues move very quickly. And it's just important. And you'll feel differently too. You'll be able to, you'll be able to make sure your brand is showing up sharp, just like you want, just like you want your brand to show up. And I see that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see all the time. Small businesses, they look like small businesses, Although some do have really slick websites, but when you get to sort of, their press kits or catalogs and things like that, they don't have those kinds of things because they haven't invested in a team to be able to consistently allow them to have the support with those types of materials. Did that answer your question? I don't even know if anybody asked that question, but I just kind of got on it. I think I drank maybe 11 bottles today, okay, of water today. I'm just trying to rehydrate from the weekend, from last week, and I finally have caught up. Maybe that's why my hair is like sticking out. I finally have caught up rest-wise from my busy week last week, because even when I laid down to go to sleep, I have to be honest, I was in bed like this. Oh my gosh. I was in bed like, unbelievable, right? I had an unbelievable week last week. And, anyway, so even when I was sleeping, I wasn't really sleeping. I was like dream sleeping and waking up and excited, And, I just think about it. You build your business, you hope one day that the things that you're working on, that you get to realize your dreams. And I was saying to my husband just today, I said, what last week felt like for me was I had the opportunity to step inside my dream. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about here, but this is it happened to me one other time that was very distinct for me, and I'm going to explain this. For those of you who are new to the scope, I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. And this was so significant for me. I'll never forget it. I went to shoot for the first time for America Now, and I had a partnership with Corner Bakery Cafe. I still do, but I had a partnership with Corner Bakery Cafe. And one of the segments, well, a couple segments, were going to be shot inside the store. So, which was great. So I have a partnership with Corner Bakery Cafe. I am signed to the show as a mom strategist for America Now, which is this Emmy-nominated, nationally syndicated show. And then I show up to shoot, right? So it's not really a big deal. Like, I show up to work, right? But when I get there, I realize that I am stepping inside my dream. Like, we are actually going to be featuring my book. I'm going to be talking about my book with my partner. These ladies are all here, and I am actually inside of my dream. Are you following me? And it was mind-blowing to me. Like, it was mind-blowing to me. Like, I looked around and I realized, I was like, Mia, all of this, everything that you've been working on, you get ready to watch it all be filmed. It was really cool. And I had stepped inside my dream, and that it happened again for me last week, because I had this big production meeting, production meeting, and did I say big? Didn't I say big like it was big? Because it's big. And I was stepping inside my dream because I have this incredible vision and goal to host my own television show. And to have the opportunity, I mean, it wasn't even the opportunity, the access, to have the access to walk through those doors, which do not swing open frequently. But they did, I had an opportunity of a lifetime, and it was unbelievable. And I knew that I had an appointment on Tuesday, and it was an amazing appointment. But you are so going to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I believe it too. Thank you so much. And to have the appointment on Tuesday, which was unbelievable, and then to have one of the executives, and the operative word is there was more than one executive in the room. So that was like mind-blowing in and of itself. And then one of the executives said, I want to come out and see you coach your clients on Friday, and came for over an hour and a half and brought another executive. I was inside my dream again. Like, literally, it wasn't something that, it was like I'm watching this thing happen, but it's really happening. Does that make sense? So all I'm saying to you is that there comes a time when, all those things that you're working hard on, those dreams that you have, those visions that you have, they start to realize, and those things that you've written down, you start to see them play out in real life. And when that happens, it is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I can't even say it was like overwhelming. It was just unbelievable. I guess sort of maybe deja vu kind of, but not really, like I'm inside the dream. Like, it's happening in real time. Does that make sense? Is this boring, you guys? Okay. Hopefully not. So, that's unbelievable. But if you do the work and you don't necessarily, I think do the work and really do the work. And, don't doubt yourself. Work on yourself. It will pay you off. Hard work always pays off. And that's really something that I believe, that if you put in the work over time, you will change and grow into the person that can accept whatever comes your way, whatever the opportunities are. Do you guys have any questions for me? I've been talking away. It's 11:11. I know it's getting late, and this call is really for you. Do you have any questions for me? My goal is just to share my story and with you, so hopefully you get to see, I'm a mom just like you. I have 3 kids in elementary, middle, and high school, and I've been running my business for the last 13 years. On top of that, my husband was on dialysis for 5 years and got a kidney transplant last year. And hey, Celie, good to see you, Mama. So you guys got to check her out, Celie Riccio. She's the amazing mom. In fact, she's who I was talking about earlier. She has a new book that's, did you hit #1 yet? I know you were #7. And why don't you put the name of your book here, Celie, in the link so that people can check her out. Now, she was #7 on her new ebook about how to cope with grief. Are you still at #7? Okay, and the book I think was just released yesterday, so maybe you guys might want to support her and purchase her book. So, Celie, if you would put the title of your book and then your website link. There you go, Holiday Grief Book. Holidays sometimes she needs more sales. All right. You know what? You can't get what you need if you don't ask for what you need. That's what I believe in. I love being around women who believe in investing in other women, right? That's what it's about. So, and women who love to invest in themselves, right? Because in order to change yourself, or in order to change your world, you got to change yourself. That's the easiest way to change any world, as I see it, right? Celia, you've never seen me with glasses on, but Camille told me that I need to wear glasses because I can't see the comments, in the little box here. So I wear my glasses now. So I'm not squinting, all right? And it's amazing. I can see clearly now. The words are bigger. So did you guys have any other questions for me? Because like I said, this scope is for you, and my goal is just to make sure that you know that as a mom, no matter what your obstacles are, you can have life and business success on your own terms. You need systems to do that. You need life systems, because sometimes the reasons that you're not consistent in your business has nothing to do with the business side of things. It has to do with the life side of things. Not setting boundaries, not having a clear place where you can work, not having clear office hours, not identifying what is draining you, things like that, that get in the way of just being a mom and the things that happen. In the same token, sometimes you're not growing in your business because of your business, right? You don't have systems or strategies. You don't know how to monetize your business. You don't know how to maybe put together your coaching packages, how to price them, what should go inside them, if that might be you. It might be that you don't know how to get media attention. It might be that you don't know how to position yourself as an expert, that what you believe is that you need to do one more thing, get another degree or another certification in order for people to value who you are. And in reality, you could just go right now and start monetizing where you are. So there could be a number of different reasons why, in terms of your business, you're not where you want to be. And my goal is simply to support you and help you understand that no matter where you are, you can obtain your dreams. If I could take mom coaching, honestly, mom coaching 13 years ago, nobody knew what it was. All right. People thought I was like the mom on the soccer field, managing the ball situation. All right. Nobody understood what mom coaching was. And if I could take mom coaching and turn that into a business and monetize it, I can tell you that almost anything that anybody's doing is able to be monetized if it's your passion and you want to work hard at it. And I will say that sometimes I have a heart for the unconventional dreams because sometimes you have a dream and it might not have a name. And when I first got started, my dream didn't have a name. I knew what I wanted to do in general, but I didn't know what to call it. And that might be you. That might be speaking to some of you guys out there. You might have an idea, but you're not sure what to call it. You haven't seen anyone doing what you're doing. And I want you to know, don't be discouraged about that. Don't get hung up about that, because, that was my story. And I know tons of other people exactly that way. And sometimes when you are a thought leader, when you're brokering something new, it isn't going to have a name that someone else knows about, because that's why you're here, okay? You are to broker that new idea, that new niche into the marketplace. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, scopes for you guys. So if you have any questions for me, I'd love for you to post them, and like I said, it could be about your life or your business. I'm totally open about that. Did this scope support you guys tonight? Okay, Camille says yes. All right. Anyone else? Any questions for me before we sign off? Okay. So I do have a quick question. Do you guys prefer night scopes or do you prefer day scopes? And if I were going to do a scope during the day, Eastern Standard Time, what's the preferred time? Anyone? Night scopes, okay. All right, so like about this time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, okay. Anyone else? Okay, day around lunch, okay. Around noon, okay. Anyone else? Night, I have more time to actually, okay, to watch actually, okay. All right. I'm just curious. I've tried to come on at different times to get a sense of what works best for you guys. No, it's all good. And just to get a sense of what works best for you guys. And I want to make sure that I come on times that, really do support you. And then are there any specific topics? I did like 1 p.m. You used to come on at that time. Yes, that was before last week. And last week I couldn't scope during the day, at all, really. Okay, but 1 o'clock, I like 1 o'clock too. All right, so I will try that. And then what are some topics that you want me to scope about next week? So, or this week? Any preferred topics that you want me to talk about? Because I'm here for you, and so I'm totally open. So tell me what you want to talk about, and I'll make sure that I include it in what I share in the scope. Okay, time management. Okay, how to manage your time. Okay. Anything else? Any other topics that you prefer for me to talk about on the scope? Empowerment, okay? So empowerment of yourself, or tell me what you mean. What would you like me to talk about as it relates to empowerment? Okay. Anything else? So time management and empowerment, overcoming in your process of changing direction. Okay, got it. All right. So I can hit all of those on different scopes, because I think it would be interesting how to be aggressive in Jerry out there. How to be aggressive in getting out there. I think you're saying getting out there. Okay. See, I did well with that, okay? That's why I don't text. Okay, getting out there. Yes. You know what I will say to you really quickly about getting out there? One of the things, because I'm a very assertive person, but fat fingers, haha, me too, see? But one of the things I will say about being aggressive is that I have learned that being myself allows me to have, I'm more bold when I am just accepting all of who I am without, any doubt. And you guys are going to see that over the course of listening to my scopes, one of the things that I'm always going to probably recommend is a book, probably each scope, because I think reading changes things, okay? And a lot of entrepreneurs are amazing. I mean, amazing entrepreneurs all the time, but I can tell whether or not an entrepreneur has a reading habit or not. Based on their attitudes, how they overcome sort of the, difficulties. Because when you read, it allows you to understand people better. See, entrepreneurship is a game. It's a mental game of you with you. Okay. And it's a people game because you're interacting with other people, right? You're transacting with people. You're sharing with people. Okay. You want to do a topic on personal development. Totally will do that. And so reading is such an essential part of, to me, being aggressive. Like, I feel like I ask for exactly what I want, but I don't feel like I'm being pushy. I feel like I like me, and I'm comfortable in my skin sharing myself with other people. And that's how I define what confidence is. Confidence is me having the ability, or you having the ability to share more of yourself with someone else, right? And you're not doubtful about who you are. You're sharing yourself with other people because you like yourself. And the way that you grow to like yourself is by, one, reading, coming to understand yourself, understanding yourself, how you think, what's going on, what motivates you. But it also is about you taking time to get to know yourself, right? By having some routines or some rituals that allow you to get quiet so you can start hearing what's going on inside of who you are, getting clear about that. And I think that when you do that, you spend time alone and you spend time investing in your mind, and your behaviors start to change. You start to make different actions because you think differently. I was telling some clients recently that the chain really is that your words, what you say, influence your thoughts, and your thoughts influence your feelings, and your feelings influence your actions. So let's just take it slowly. What you say influence your words, influence how you think, right? Oh man, I'm stupid, right? That's what I think, right? Then what I think, it impacts how I feel about myself. Not so smart, right? And ultimately, if I feel not so smart, then maybe I shrink, right? I like fold my arms. I behave in that way. So it's very important to make sure that the things that you want in your life, that your words are in alignment with those things. And a lot of times people don't think about the unconscious conversations that they're having with themselves every day. They can't figure out why these things aren't happening. It's like when you show up, what you're saying, your words are influencing your world. And so it's very important to get clear about that. You know, and I recently had a situation with clients, and it was so interesting because a lot of times people want an outcome, right? Like they want an outcome of something that they want, but their strategy behind how they want to get there is broken, right? So imagine that at the end of the day, you want an answer, right? You want an answer to your question. But the question is your strategy in alignment with you getting the answer? Or is your strategy in alignment with you staying stuck, right? So, I mean, it could work either way. And but a lot of times we aren't even aware that we have strategy that keeps us stuck because, you know, change is hard. And it's difficult if you don't have time to reflect on what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. You know, does that make sense? But I think it's important to be reflective of your behaviors. And, you know, and just as a general rule, I think, you know, you take 3 small actions every day, you can change your entire life. Okay? With 3 simple small actions a day. Nothing big, small. Sending ships out every day so that they can come back to you. So if you want tomorrow to look different than today, start sending out opportunities, things that you want that can come back to you. And you'll be surprised what will happen. You know, that's like my challenge to myself is send out a ship every day. And because I do that, I'm always excited about my life or excited about my business because there's always something I'm sending out that, you know, keeps the energy high that can come back. You know, but imagine that you send something out and then you just wait and watch. And you wait and watch. Love that, sending out ships, right? You wait and watch and you wait and watch. Yeah, I actually I learned that from Angela Kim of Savor the Success. I heard her at a live event and she talked about that. And since then, I was like, that's a pretty cool analogy to use, you know, as it relates to opportunities. But sending out ships. Keep casting your bread. Absolutely. And when you do, you feel better about your life because there's something always going on. And that's how I always look at it. And so it makes you more emotionally stable. You know, so when people experience that up, down, the instability of emotions is likely because, you know, 1 minute they're doing a lot and the next minute they're doing nothing. But if you're always just doing a little bit, you know, every day, then, you know, one, you build a muscle, a habit of taking action, which is what it's about, right? Because inaction isn't what does it. It's action, okay, that changes things. And at the end of the day, we're just talking about moving the needle. So if you take 3 small actions every day, I mean, what is that? 3 small actions over 365 days. That equals change, you know? And what most people are doing is taking 20 actions in one day and not doing anything for 2 weeks. And then, for, you know, becoming discouraged or whatever it is because they spent a whole day doing a whole lot and it was hard. If you do 3 simple things every day, it's not so hard. It's really pretty easy to do. And that was something that for me as a mom, I could commit to. Me as a mom of 3 kids, running my business. And me as a mom with a husband who was on dialysis. I could do 3 small actions a day. Now, 10 a day I couldn't do, but 3 I could commit to, and I did commit to. And it really changes my life. I enjoy it. I look forward to every day what I'm going to do to send something out that's going to come back. Does that make sense? All right. Was there anything else before I sign off the scope that somebody wanted to ask or a reflection? I'm going to write down 3 things to do tomorrow now. Good. All right. And it'll be interesting, once you do it for 7 days straight, let me know, let me know how you feel. Just observe, maybe keep a journal and start observing how you feel. You get excited because new things are always happening in your business. It keeps you, or in your life, So 3 actions that'll move your life forward. That's it. That's what we're talking about. Anything else? Okay. Well, I have had a ball with you guys tonight. I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. Now, I promise tomorrow, see this little flyaway piece of hair? I don't know why it's doing its own thing, but it is. I'll try to figure out what's going on with that tomorrow. I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Now, you guys know you can check me out at miaredrick.com and, tell your friends to join the scope. If you don't mind, I'm posting on Twitter as well and letting your friends know that I do these live Q&A calls just for you, mostly for moms who are interested in life and business success, just to kind of introduce you to what life coaching might be and answer any questions that you might have. With that, I am done. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye. Good night. Good night, everybody.